Patrick Mahomes is the unquestioned best quarterback in the National Football League right now, but who's number two? Because a couple of weeks ago, I felt it was Lamar Jackson, but after seeing him stink it up in the AFC Championship, I got to come back to the drawing board and discuss with you guys who is my new second best QB in the National Football League. Now, I got to lay y'all out my list of candidates. So first, I got Josh Allen. Josh Allen scored 50 total touchdowns this year. Like, I know Lamar Jackson has been the most valuable player for the Ravens this year. You take him off Baltimore, they're not the same team. But if you were to overlook Josh Allen's turnover issues this season, it's kind of hard to not see a guy scoring 50 total touchdowns in the season, not winning MVP. And unlike Lamar Jackson, when Josh Allen lost to Patrick Mahomes, he didn't lose to Patrick Mahomes in a terrible effort. Like, Josh Allen went out swinging. He gave Kansas City everything he had. You know, when Josh Allen loses in the postseason, it's not ugly. There's not really too many games that Josh Allen has lost in the playoffs where you can truly say he didn't show up. Like, when Buffalo loses, you don't say, oh, it was all because of Josh Allen, like you do with Lamar Jackson. You can give Lamar Jackson a fair amount of blame, but with Josh Allen, you can only give him a little bit of the blame because it's not like the dude didn't show up. You talk about a quarterback that has gone toe-to-toe with Patrick Mahomes in terms of being able to replicate Patrick Mahomes' performance, going mistake-free, being able to make big throws and all kinds of crazy plays that nobody would expect any normal quarterback to be able to make. Josh Allen is that dude. And I disrespected Josh Allen before the season started when I said that he shouldn't have been on the Madden cover. You know, I was really disrespectful for saying that, and I was out of pocket for saying it, and I greatly apologize for that because I don't give a damn how many turnovers Josh Allen has. Like, if I'm looking for a fucking quarterback that can go toe-to-toe with Patrick Mahomes, I'm looking at a guy like Josh Allen, so he definitely is in consideration. And then I got Joe Burrow. Now, Joe Burrow is really overlooked when it comes to the discussion of who's the second best behind Patrick Mahomes. Now, he's not as gifted as Lamar and Josh Allen, but he's no slouch. I think Joe Burrow is a way better athlete than what people give him credit for. Against the 49ers, this dude was doing all kinds of things. He was doing quarterback draws with spin moves. Like, Joe Burrow has really underrated athleticism. He's not a guy who's going to kill you with speed, but he has a little wiggle. And when he's fully healthy, he's not only one of the best quarterbacks in the game, but he's the only quarterback who right now can actually say that they've taken down Patrick Mahomes in the AFC Championship and they've gotten through him to make it to a Super Bowl. The only quarterback outside of Joe Burrow that has beaten Mahomes in the playoffs when it's mattered has been Tom Brady. That's it. So when you play Patrick Mahomes, beating him is like the stamp of approval that you're that dude. You know, you're him. And until Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson can accomplish that, I still got to go with Joe Burrow. You see, Joe Burrow, for some reason, knows how to beat Patrick Mahomes. And I know that he's kind of viewed more in an injury-prone light, but when this dude's fully healthy and when he's at his best, he's the only quarterback that truthfully can say he has a rivalry with Patrick Mahomes. Like, does it piss you off how much you pay for your monthly phone bill? Why are you getting frustrated when our partner Mint Mobile has plans as low as $15 a month that give you unlimited talk and text on the nation's largest 5G network? Stop getting frustrated with how much you spend on your monthly phone bill and go to trymintmobile.com/JT Sports in description and pin comment down below to get access to premium wireless for only $15 a month. That's only $15 a month. Switching to Mint is easy. It only takes 15 minutes to do. If you're pissed off with how much you pay for your monthly phone bill, switch to Mint Mobile today and go to trymintmobile.com/JT Sports in description and pin comment down below to get premium wireless for only $15 a month. Stop getting upset with how much you spend on your monthly phone bill and switch to Mint Mobile today. People overhype this Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes battle. Like, they make it seem like it's Peyton Manning versus Tom Brady or Favre versus Joe Montana or Elway or something when it's not. Because Josh Allen very rarely beats Patrick Mahomes when it counts. Like when you see Cincinnati and Kansas City go at it in the playoffs, you know that there's a chance Kansas City just might lose. You ask Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes which team gives them the biggest concern when they have to see them in the postseason, it's Cincinnati. And it's not like even when Kansas City beat Cincinnati, they beat them effortlessly. The games are normally fairly close and they come down to like the last few plays of the game. Joe Burrow being able to say that he's the only quarterback to beat Patrick Mahomes, in my eyes, makes him the second best quarterback in the NFL. I get that he's been injured, but when he's on the field and he's healthy, he's playing at his best level, there's not the other quarterback that's capable of being able to beat Mahomes. Josh Allen can, but the same problem that he has, that Lamar has, and the closing minutes of the game, when Mahomes is making plays and putting Kansas City in position to win, these quarterbacks don't do enough. Joe Burrow does. And yeah, the last time he played against Mahomes in the AFC Championship last year, he threw an interception in crunch time. But the year before that, he was flawless. He outplayed Patrick Mahomes in the second half of that game. You see, when you play Patrick Mahomes, you got to be on your A game. Even when Patrick Mahomes is on his C game is still better than the majority of best quarterbacks' A games. So therefore, you got to be able to capitalize when Mahomes is off, because at any minute, Mahomes could wake up and take over the game. Joe Burrow, every time he plays Patrick Mahomes, that doesn't happen, because he's the only quarterback that steps up when the game is on the line. Lamar and Josh Allen performs a little bit better than what Lamar does. Lamar Jackson just completely melts. But Josh Allen, the last 2 minutes, there are some questionable decisions that he makes. Joe Burrow is the only quarterback that you can trust to go out there, go toe-to-toe for Patrick Mahomes, and be able to win you the game with the ball in his hands in the final closing minutes. So Joe Burrow, to me, right now, is the second best quarterback in the NFL. He's the only quarterback that has showed me he's been able to beat Mahomes in the postseason when it matters. And that has to be taken into account. I don't care if he doesn't have an MVP. I don't care if he's not as talented as Josh Allen and LJ. Like, Joe Burrow, he's that dude. And until Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson can take down Mahomes in the postseason, I still got to go with Joe Burrow. Like Ric Flair says, to be the man, you have to beat the man. And Joe Burrow has beaten the man. Like, we need to talk about the Joe Burrow versus Patrick Mahomes matchup more than we talk about Lamar versus Patrick or Josh Allen versus Patrick, because those truly aren't rivalries. Like when Cincinnati and Kansas City play, it's a legit rivalry. Joe Burrow has a winning record over Patrick Mahomes in Arrowhead. It's a reason why they were calling that thing Burrowhead. So Josh Allen, Lamar, you can say they're more talented than Joe Burrow, but in terms of being able to execute and beat Patrick Mahomes when it counts with a spot in the Super Bowl on the line, Joe Burrow is the only one that's been able to get it done. So he's the second best quarterback in the National Football League to me.